When our clients talk to us about Agile, it very often boils down to three things. They want to become better and faster in responding to changing customer requirements. Secondly, they want to increase effectiveness and efficiency by breaking down internal silos and taking out bureaucracy. And then finally, they want to increase employee engagement to be able to attract and retain the type of talent that you need in today's digital world. So the challenge with implementing Agile at scale is that you ultimately have to address almost all elements of the operating model. You need to have leaders that change their leadership behavior and being much more clear on the overall company purpose, strategy and priorities, because you need very strict alignment on those to be able to empower the teams to be more autonomous. But that's not enough. You also need to rethink the way you do governance and funding. Instead of funding specific projects, you actually move to allocating capacity to business outcomes. You have to rethink the way you organize, moving to these multidisciplinary teams. You'll have changing roles of line managers. At the same time, because Agile works best when the teams are actually co-located, you have to rethink your location strategy. You have to rethink your sourcing strategy. And whenever Agile is applied in a software environment, you will also have to think about the underlying technology enablers. Think about automating the underlying IT processes, moving to continuous delivery and automated testing. Thinking about the underlying IT architecture, becoming more modular by using APIs, for example. And so, all in all, implementing Agile at scale really requires addressing almost all elements of the operating model. And so what often goes wrong is if you would think that Agile is just about putting the small multidisciplinary team together and training them to work in Agile ways. That works fine if you actually have just one team, but scaling up across hundreds of teams and thousands of people really requires to address that full operating model. When a company wants to embark on an Agile transformation, I think one of the first things they need to make sure they have very clear is what is it that you're trying to solve for? Because Agile is not a goal in itself, it really is a means to an end. And then the second thing would be to really think about what version of Agile will work for this specific company. Because it's not about only copying the practices of others, because what works for them might not immediately work for you. So it's really thinking through where can we apply Agile in our organization and how will we apply Agile in our organization. And then finally, I would say, just like with any other transformation, you need the full buy-in of the top leadership team. And so this requires a leadership team that is fully united, that is willing to look outside for inspiration, and that is willing to really embrace radical change.